What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk really quick to you guys about self-care and I guess a one-on-one journey to having decent self-care. And I guess this would be really good for people that are first-time moms like myself. Like, whenever you first have a kid, especially if y'all were like me, I was spoiled from my mama's side and then his grandmama them side. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wanted to make sure we was fed all the time. People wanted to make sure we wasn't, having to eat, like, anything that we needed, basically, we got. So, and I'm also the baby in my family, too. So it was just like, I'm already spoiled. And here's this extra spoiling going on because I had a grandkid in my stomach. And then, side note for me, I also was having complications in my pregnancy early on, and I ended up in the emergency room, and they were like, look, you are now, walking, breathing, eating, drinking, thinking, feeling for 2. So make sure you're doing that for 2. And me, whenever I was doing it for 1, I was already bad with it. Like, I had that type of appetite where I could eat 1 good meal a day and probably drink throughout the day and not even realize that I need something else, because the job that I had working in the hospital, it was so high demand and fast paced that on breaks back then we were just breaking. On breaks we was trying to get into our phones because we couldn't be on our phones, or maybe smoke a quick cigarette or something. Again, this is my past life. I don't do things like that. But yeah, it's almost like not even enough time to go into the cafeteria, order something, sit down and eat. Like, no, nobody was doing that. And then to get home after working around food all day, I was about to sit there and go and walk right back. And then start cooking again? No, absolutely not. So again, that's my excuse. Ladies, we don't even need an excuse. Look, if you was pregnant. But and then also for the mental health side of it, if you dealt with depression, anxiety, these are the same things that contributed negatively towards me in my own personal self-care. So it was already the mental weakness I had going on, amplified with pregnancy hormones. Might as well just roll that up in a big ball of what they call it, postpartum depression, I guess. And it was this is a piece of me, it's come out of me, and now I must nurture it and cater towards it. And it was I had no time for myself, no sleep. You try to sleep, naps don't last too long, kids crying, oh, I can't, go to the gym, oh, I'm not making the best milk, I'm just taking whatever I can get, oh, I'm trying to snack every time he's snacking. Now again, y'all, it was all over the place. And you'll see some pauses here because I am doing what I need to do for my self-care. So anyways, fast forward. My son is 2 years old. He'll be 3 come next June. And I'm like, okay, LaSharon, this little excuse about, well, I just had a baby we got some years now, sis. If you was gonna do your snapback, it need to happen now. So this past summer, if you guys watch one of my recent videos, I did express how I randomly just decided to just up and move. Now, it wasn't random. I've always wanted to return home to Georgia, but this past summer, it was just girl, now is the time. My brother, he's like, hey, I have enough room if you want to come down now. This is the amount that I need, for bills. I could afford it with my job, and also my job could relocate me. But if y'all want to know more about that, please check out that video. And so, with that being said, for me, one of the biggest pieces that you'll need when it comes to your journey for self-care, I would say support. Even though it is self-care, what helped me a lot was that support on my way to Georgia. So you know how they say, why wait until you at your destination to take notes or enjoy what you've been through? You want to enjoy the scenery when it's time for you to get to where you're going. You can make a change while you're on your way to where you want to be, right? So I'm on my way to Georgia, and I'm already Major's hungry, or I need a snack, let's stop and da-da-da-da-da. My brother was like, no, you're fine. You're not really hungry. He has chips and he has juice. That's all he needs. He don't need nothing else. No, y'all don't need that crap from that fast food. And till this day, I thank him for this, because it was him already letting me know, hey, you are about to enter this new phase. I've already heard you speak such and such times about what you're planning on doing and what you want to do. Well, we're on our way to your destination. Let's go ahead and get prepared for where you're going. And 6 months later, fast forward, we do not eat fast food. And I've already, like, I'll post some pictures. Maybe my thumbnail will be like a whenever I was pregnant to like now type thing, or whenever I was really into like postpartum depression to now. Like, we don't do that. Now I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you absolutely have to, I mean, yeah. But like, now that I have a choice and I know how to budget my money so I can afford more home cooked meals and healthier meals and options, like, why go get in a drive-through and have somebody else make anything for me? I'm done with that. So that's number one. Number two, I would say it was me again. Now, instead of that support, that minor support that I had that actually jump-started everything and really, you know, sparked me to where I need to go. Number two is your own motivation for yourself, making your own routine when it comes towards, you know, self-care. And it's whatever you want to do. Me personally, with my self-care, I was just like, I know I'm not in shape of where I want to be. So what I made my routine was waking up an hour early before work, so I had enough time to do whatever it is I needed to do around the house, but most importantly, go for a walk. Baby, I'm not in a gym lifting weights every day. I'm not running. I'm not jogging. Okay? I am walking. I'm reaching my weight loss goals by doing the bare minimum, but it's being done. So like, really, I'm just letting y'all know it's easy. You know, you have no excuse. Don't feel like you have to do the extras to get to where you're going. Okay, y'all, so that is basically what I have to say for the more physical part of everything. Again, this is just having a more clean diet overall. It being in a household with people who also support your decisions and can also say, yeah, I don't mind taking that trip with you. Yeah, let's try to eat cleaner. Or, yeah, you know, go outside, go for a walk, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have that support, whatever. Now let's talk about self-care when it comes to mental, emotional, spiritual, like this side of me that also is contributing to where I want to be. I would say find a particular outlet. You know, for me, I first started off with a prayer wall where I would get my journal and I would just write down either what happened that day or what's currently on my mind. You know, vent that out, make sure I release whatever that energy was. And once I was done with my venting or whatever the case may be, I would turn to my Bible. But again, like this is what I used to do. So I'm just going to give you different ideas when it comes to venting, when it comes to your mental, your spiritual, and all that emotional things. So whenever I was in my Christian phase, because right now I don't claim any religion at all. I feel like all religions are beautiful, and if I could take one thing from it all, I just know not to be an asshole. So I don't go too crazy about idolizing or praising any one thing. I just say God or the universe, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, I'm not too crazy. But again, okay, get the prayer with your prayer wall. You want to note down what you have going through and whatever it is you do believe in. If you read the book or you have a Quran, whatever the case may be, I would just go through that, find a random page, and whatever scripture, anything that spoke to me and kind of gave me some type of encouragement, I would get a Post-it, and then I would just write down that part of the verse, or I would just write down, you know, that book, that chapter, you know, whatever the case may be, and then I would just post that on my wall. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I would maybe want to reflect, I could just go to my prayer wall, pick a Post-it, figure out where that scripture is, read that scripture, you know, things like that. And, you know, that was good for my mental. Now what I do today, since I'm more into us actually being human and what is physically here, that we can connect within our universe that can keep us more grounded. Yes, I have accepted, you know, crystal healing or crystal meditation. And with this, and this sort of thing I did for my self-care, I would just go to the flea market on the weekend on a Saturday with my girls, and I would just pick whichever crystal that I felt drawn to. And if you guys know me, and again, if y'all know me, you all know that my birthday is February 15th, and I'm Team Aquarius. So of course, the first crystal that I just had to look at and thought it was just so beautiful and felt this connection was my birthstone, the amethyst. And I've done this like trick with other Aquarius people. Like I'll lay out the stones, like, oh, okay, like which one do you like the most? And so far with the Aquarius, they are drawn to, they know their stuff. they have been drawn to the amethyst. And so again, back to self-care with the crystals, you know, whatever crystals I would pick up at the market once I got home and I just did my meditation. Ding ding, another thing about self-care, I like to meditate as well. I would just choose whichever crystal I was, you know, drawn to for that meditation. And then later on after meditating, I would reflect and, you know, write down either what I cut off, but again, you know, write down whatever it is that I got out of that meditation. Most importantly, what type of crystal or crystals I was using for that meditation, what I've learned about that crystal, you know, what that crystal can be used for when meditating. That's also a good thing. If you do want to try, you know, starting your spiritual journey, I definitely would say find a legitimate place. I choose the flea markets or those smaller mom and pop stores where, you know, they have legitimate stones. And you know, even you can ask them like, hey, you know, what would you recommend for this sort of thing? And they'll let you know what they think. Like it's something about our community, the people that don't mind tapping into this. It's something about how it's always that instant connection. And I promise you, if you go to the right place, they'll get you the thing that you've been looking for and you had no idea. Or you'll be drawn to that thing that you're looking for and not even know, because it's meant for you. It's meant for us to start waking up and having, you know, these. All right, y'all, so yeah, I do not want this video to get too long, but yeah, again, that's just the start of it. Eating better, making more time to, you know, be active. Even my brother and my sister, we have like a sibling chat, ended up sending each other different like African like tribal dance moves and stuff like that. And baby, when they said, look, my brother sent that to me, I got up and I was trying to do that. I was sweating. So like, y'all, there's no excuse. If you're watching this video, after you click off this video, put on some twerk music, put on some dance tutorials. Like, it's so much that you can do while you're currently trapped in quarantine or not being as active as you should be. Or again, maybe you are suffering from depression, anxiety, postpartum depression, regular depression. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. If you're just like stuck in a funk, like just remember to love yourself and do what humans naturally do. And that's go outside and get connected with that big green. One more time, because I'm sure it cut off. And go outside and get connected with that big green blue, for people who's like, oh, it's mainly water, round earth, okay, that's spinning in complete darkness, and we basically don't know why we're here, but we're so focused on making money and social media and celebrities. But that, again, that's another story. We're going to keep this all about self-care. So comment down below if you're starting your spiritual journey. What crystals have you come across? What have you learned about your crystals? Maybe that'll be my next video. I'll show you guys my current situation, the making of my altar. I don't have official altar yet, but it's the start of it. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. Peace and love.